I am surprised and offended by the decision of the appeals courts of the Ninth Circuit, and hope that it will be promptly appealed and overturned. I believe that the court has misinterpreted the intent of the framers of the Constitution, and has sought to undermine one of the bedrock values of our democracy, that we are indeed one nation under God, as embodied in the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. While our men and women in uniform are battling overseas and defending us here at home to preserve the freedom that we all cherish for our country and its citizens, we should never forget the blessings of Divine Providence that undergird our nation. That includes the freedom to recite the Pledge of Allegiance. The freedom to recite the Pledge of Allegiance in our nation's schools. I can only imagine how they will feel about this decision as they risk their lives for our values. Won't somebody please think about the troops? And the children of America who share a bond with each other and with our nation by reciting the pledge each day. What effect will a decision like this have on them? The children! It will cause them to wonder about the ways in which our beliefs can be stretched, our heritage can be assaulted. It is the wrong decision, and it is an unfair decision. Especially unfair to those who defend our nation, and to the young people who will inherit our nation's future. So it's kind of like, I think maybe she would make this point the best if America had child soldiers. That would really get her point across entirely well. I wouldn't put that above her, but I think that her record is not in favor of child soldiers overall. Unless maybe there are in other countries. Maybe if they outsourced the military to Thailand, then they can have child soldiers there. Ours is a nation founded by people of faith. Really. That's not true. People of faith have helped lead some of the most significant movements of social justice throughout our history. To end slavery, to win civil rights for all Americans. It's technically true because it says helped. No one is required to have faith. Well, thank you. It's very gracious. And our government does not impose faith on its citizens. But ours is the most faith-filled nation on earth. And she seems to take pride in that. And it's actually true. They've done studies on this. And the United States is more fundamentalist than countries like Saudi Arabia or Iran. It's actually true. And there is no moral or constitutional argument why our Pledge of Allegiance cannot acknowledge our commonly held belief that is ours in one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I think that we could have some fun making a list of things that there's no reason not to do. Except maybe that we might not want to. I am honored to support S-292, the Pledge of Allegiance resolution. I guess that's S for Senate. And I hope that the rule of law will be upheld by an ultimate rejection of this wrong-headed decision of the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals. Meaning that Hillary wants your kid to say the Pledge of Allegiance. And implores you to think about the troops and think about the children. It's outrageous. This would be considered extreme if it was coming from the right wing of the Republican Party. And in fact, a lot of Republicans will argue against this. I just don't know why she wants to pretend she's a Democrat. Why doesn't she run for the Republicans? You know? I know, it's, Machiavelli would frown on such foolish behavior, but you've got to give us a little bit of consistency here. Although, to be fair, there's plenty of consistency, and it's that her social values are very right-wing.